the new chapter 10, gravitation. First of all, we shall define the gravitational force. According to Newton, every object in the universe attract every other objects with a constant force called gravitational force, and this natural phenomena is called gravitation. Means in universe, all the object apply certain amount of definite force on the other, and even the earth also apply gravitational force on the other object. We can see whenever we throw any object in upward direction, due to the gravitational force of earth, which is also called gravity, it will first of all its velocity goes on decreasing, and at a particular height it will stop and it come back towards the earth. This is due to the gravity. Now we shall define gravitational force of earth, which is also called gravity. The force with which the earth pulls the object towards its center is called gravity. By which force any object is attracted towards the center of earth, it is also equal to its weight, and this weight is called gravity. The gravity of the earth is responsible for the following phenomena. First, holding of the atmosphere above the earth. Due to the gravity only, there is a thick layer of atmosphere which exists on the surface of earth, otherwise these gases may escape anywhere in the universe. So gravity is only responsible for holding the atmospheric layer. Second, falling of rainfall on the earth. Water droplet, big water droplet, which formed by condensation of the clouds, come towards the earth due to the gravity only. The third point, the flow of water in the river. River always flow from high mountainous region to the plain region. Because of gravity, the water come down from the mountain to the plain region. So these three phenomena, these three application of the we can say gravity is there. Now we shall understand one of the activity in which when a person revolve a stone with the help of a thread, means tie up a stone with the help of a thread and then you start revolving the stone. While revolving the stone, you have to continuously apply a force which is center seeking force. This is also called centripetal force, and because of that force you may continue the circular motion of the stone. The stone will move with a constant velocity but constant speed, but the velocity not remain constant. Why? Because its direction at different place is different. I already told you in the chapter motion that in a circular motion the body move with a constant speed but the velocity not remain constant. It is said to be accelerated motion. Why? Because the direction at a particular point is along the tangent, and tangent at different point is different in direction. That is why we can say while revolving the stone the direction of motion is not fixed. That is why it is known as accelerated motion. This acceleration is produced due to the centripetal force which is applied by us continuously on the stone. Then only then it will continue its motion. When you stop applying the centripetal force, then it means your string will break down. Then in that case the stone will move off in the direction along its tangent. Whenever the stone is free from our control, means we apply we are not applying any centripetal force. In that case the stone will go off along the tangent, and in this way the circular motion will stop. Now we shall define centripetal force. The force that causes the acceleration, means change in direction is also called acceleration, and this keep the object moving along the circular path. Because of this centripetal force, the object is moving continuously in the circular path, and since it is center seeking force, that is why this force is applied toward the center of circle. This is called centripetal force. Because of this centripetal force only the moon revolve around the earth, and all the 8 planets revolve around the sun because of the centripetal force applied by the sun. So in the universe many objects, many heavenly body revolve around the other heavenly body because of this centripetal force, because of this gravitational force. Just like moon revolve around the earth in a circular orbit because the earth provide a centripetal force to the moon, and because of that moon revolve. Now the question is that why not the earth attracted towards the moon? Because the force of attraction is equal. For that we can use the formula for acceleration. A is equal to F by m, where F is the force of attraction applied between the Earth and Moon, and m is the mass of Moon. Since the mass of Moon is very small, that is why the acceleration applied by the Earth on the Moon is big, and that is why the Moon only accelerates towards the Earth. Why not the Earth accelerate towards the Moon? Because the mass of Earth is bigger, means larger, and it produces small amount of acceleration. So since the mass of Earth is larger, that is why acceleration of the Earth towards the Moon is very small in comparison of the Earth, in comparison of the Moon. Sorry. The next topic is universal law of gravitation. According to this law, every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. The force is along the line joining the center of the object. You can see in the picture there are two objects, one big object having mass capital M, the another small object having mass small m. Now we have joined their center, and distance between their center is suppose d. Now the force applied between them, force of attraction applied by both of them each other is equal to F. According to the universal law, we have discussed that the force applied in between them, force of attraction, is equal to the product of, it is proportional to product of their masses. So F proportional to capital M into small m. The second part of this law is F also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, means F proportional to 1 by d square. If we combine equation number 1 and equation number 2, statement 1 and 2, then it will be F proportional to capital M small m upon d square. Now, when we remove the sign of proportionality, there is a constant which we have to introduce. This time constant is capital G, so F is equal to capital G small m into capital M upon d square. So this is the formula which we have derived by the help of universal law of gravitation. Means whenever there are two objects whose masses are capital M and small m, the distance between them is d, the force of attraction applied between each other is equal to F is equal to G capital M into small m upon d square. Now by this formula we can cross multiply F into d square is equal to G into M into small m. Now value of G can be found by F into d square upon capital M into small m. Now what is G? First of all, it is called universal gravitational constant. It is constant of proportionality which we have derived here. Now the unit of G can be found by the help of this formula, capital G is equal to F into d square upon capital M into small m, where the unit of force is Newton, unit of distance square is meter square, and denominator is kg into kg, means kg square. It can be also written as Newton into meter square into kg raised to power minus 2. The value of capital G, which is called universal gravitation constant, it is fixed. Everywhere it is constant. It is 6.673 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton into meter square into kg raised to power minus 2. Sometimes we can also write 6.7 into 10 raised to power minus 11 in the calculation. Importance of the universal law of gravitation. There are various importance of universal law of gravitation. Because of this force, that force binds us to the earth. Because of this force, we all are survive on the earth surface, otherwise we may float in the sky. Second, the motion of the moon around the earth. Moon revolve around the earth in a definite orbit by the centripetal force provided by the earth on the moon, and this centripetal force is due to the gravitational force. And the motion of the planet around the sun, means all 8 planets revolve around the sun because of this gravitational force and because of this centripetal force provided by the sun to the different planet, and these planets revolve. The fourth, the tides due to the moon and sun. High tide and low tide come due to the force of attraction applied by the moon on the earth due to the position of moon and sun. Because in some position moon and sun both come in a straight line, and in this way the force of attraction of sun and moon add up, and in this way the liquid things on the moon on the earth get attracted towards the moon, and because of that high tide come. and just after the high tide again the low tide comes. So the tides are due to the universal law of gravitation. Now the next topic is free fall. The falling of an object from the height towards the earth under the gravitational force of the earth, which is also called gravity, with no any other force acting on it, is called free fall. Whenever certain object is held by us at a certain height, and if we release this object, then this object will fall due to the gravitational force only, then it is called free fall. And in case of free fall, the object will feel lightness, means lighter weight. Or we can say weightlessness is felt by the person when the person falls freely under the effect of gravitational force, no any other force act on it. Now we shall derive the expression for acceleration due to gravity, which is small g, by the help of this free fall. Let an object of the mass small m, which is situated at a distance of d meter from the earth's surface, obviously the radius will be added in this capital R, which is the radius of earth. It will be added in the distance, and the total distance become r plus d. Suppose the mass of earth is m and mass of object is small m. Now we shall calculate the acceleration due to gravity produced by the force of attraction applied by the earth and moon on each other. Obviously the acceleration will be more in case of moon towards the earth, means in case of the small object towards the earth has greater mass, that is why it will produce less acceleration, because acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass when the force is constant. So this mass, this small m object will accelerate towards the earth's surface with a greater acceleration, and this acceleration we will call as a gravitational acceleration or acceleration due to gravity. The symbol is small g. Now we shall define the acceleration due to gravity. The uniform acceleration produced in freely falling object due to its gravitational force applied by the earth, means gravity, is called acceleration due to gravity. Its symbol is small g, and its value on the earth's surface is exactly 9.8 meter per second square. Now we shall derive the expression for small g. As we know, the force applied between the two objects, means one of the earth and other object is stone, can be calculated by F is equal to g m small m divided by d square. Now the force with which any object is attracted towards the earth's surface, actually it is weight, it is equal to its weight, and we can replace F by mg. So left side F can be replaced by mg, where m is the mass of object and g is the acceleration due to gravity of earth. Now this small m is cancelled. In this way we get the expression of small g, means acceleration due to gravity, which is only equal to g capital M upon r square, where g is the universal constant of gravitation, m is mass of earth, and r is the radius of earth. Its square is taken. So expression for small g, g m upon r square. The small g we can calculate for any of the planet or earth surface. Now the value of small g for earth surface is only 9.8 meter per second square. This value of small g, means acceleration due to gravity, change on the earth surface also. As we know, the radius of the earth at the equator is more than the radius at the pole, because the earth is not ideally spherical, it is flattened. So here the radius is increased, here the radius at the pole will be less. In this way, as we know, the small g is inversely proportional to the radius, square of the radius. So at the place where the radius is less, the small g will be more. At the place where the radius is more, the small g will be less. It means the gravitational acceleration, means small g at pole is greater than the small g at equator. We will discuss how to calculate the value of small g, means acceleration due to gravity on the earth's surface. For that, we have already derived the formula small g is equal to capital G, capital M upon capital R square, where capital G is the universal constant of gravitation, capital M is the mass of earth, and capital R is the radius of earth, because we are measuring the small g only at the surface of earth. That is why instead of d we have to write R, means radius of earth only. Now in this formula, when we place the value of capital G, which is 6.7 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton into meter square into kg raised to power minus 2, and mass of earth, which is 6 into 10 raised to power 24 kilogram, and the radius of earth, which is 6.4 into 10 raised power 6 meter, and its square is taken. Now after cancelling the decimal numbers and after combining the power, we'll get the answer exactly 9.8 meter per second square. It means on the surface of earth, the value of small g is constant, which is always 9.8 meter per second square. But when we throw any object in upward direction, then the acceleration due to gravity will act and it will always be negative, because the acceleration is applied just in the direction opposite to the force. And when we release any object from a certain height, in that case, the acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second square, will be considered as a positive, because the acceleration is towards the force of attraction of earth. Now, motion of object under the influence of gravity. H, value of small g is constant near the earth. All the equation of motion for uniformly accelerated motion of an object become valid, which we have studied in the first chapter. The three equations of motion were v is equal to u plus at and s is equal to ut plus half at square, and the third one is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now in these three equations of motion, we have to replace a by small g, because now the acceleration is due to gravity. That is why this a should be replaced by small g, and the displacement will be taken vertically, means it will be considered as a vertical height, so s should be replaced by h. So these three equations of motion will be converted into the new form: v is equal to u plus gt, and h is equal to ut plus half gt square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2gh.